It is about 8 o'clock in the morning on Monday, July 14th, 2025. That's how dogs learn. And moving all the animals to the last section of this row. This evening, I'm going to move them to the next row as late as possible. I won't be able to be out here in the field in the morning. I'd like to move them Tuesday morning to the new row, but I'll just do it Monday night. And it's fairly exciting what we're doing tomorrow. We're going down to a place in Longview. One of our suppliers for the restaurant, they want us to sit down with their chef and figure out what exactly we want, for the restaurant. He's going to have lots of recommendations, obviously, but apparently there's some ideas about, we want to serve burgers and fries along with our Korean food. We've never done burgers and fries, so any advice would be greatly appreciated. So anyway, let's see if I can find the yeah, right there. That's the one that was limping for a long time. Still a little bit limping. You can tell because the head is going up and down as she walks. This one's head bobs, but every footstep instead of, so it's not really like one particular foot that hurts, if it is a foot that hurts. I like to watch their head bobbing. It's an obvious thing that there might be something wrong. It's kind of hard to tell if they're avoiding one foot when you can't really see the legs too much. This one too, I think her front left leg is a little bit sore, or front right or something. Yeah, front right. Yeah, I'd like to get them all boxed up and look at them again and see what's going on here. All right, doggies, that's enough. Back. Get back. This one I think is limping a little on the front right hip there. So anyway, yeah, we're at the end of the row. There's still, well, there's not as much Dallas grass here as there was in the previous section, but there's still plenty of it. Lots of other grasses too. I think I saw some Indian grass, another part of my pasture. Indian grass just shoots up these long, thick shoots with like a seed head that doesn't really spread out. It kind of like sticks to the shoot there. And I think a couple years ago, one of my neighbor's pastures was just full of Indian grass. Hey, Hindungi, I gotta stop this. Yep, there we go. This one's not very well trained with sheep. He's not really bonded with the sheep. Hey, Hindungi. We got him before we got the sheep. He was about a year old when we actually got the sheep, I think, or 6 months or something like that. And we didn't really know what we were doing at the time, so he ended up bonding with us instead of the sheep. And they eventually found a way home from the pasture to our house, so they'd come to our house every day. Had to keep him on a chain for a while. Now it's looked like he's bonded with these doggies, but he still has some bad habits when it comes to sheep, so I have to keep my eye on him. But I think also like the sheep are comfortable with the dogs. They don't really mind him too much. It's when the sheep start running from the dogs and the dogs their chase instinct kicks in, that's when bad stuff happens. Dogs also like to wrestle each other, and especially the young ones, and they're not allowed to wrestle the sheep. They could nick the skin, cause an infection, and the sheep will die. So you have to be really careful about that kind of stuff too. So I'll all these dogs except this one have been bonded with the sheep, which means I put them with the sheep when they're 3 months old. And they basically grew up with the sheep, bullied by rams, so they know not to mess with the sheep. But the sheep are comfortable with them, they're comfortable with the sheep. And I don't think I've seen any of these ones chase sheep at all. So I like to keep them, when they're first bonded, in a very tight place together, so there's no possibility of chasing at all. But there's a couple things that I heard you can do. I haven't really tried it. One is you like take a chain and you attach it to a log or a stick or something thick and big, so that when they run, they're pulling this whole stick with them. Another thing I've heard is you take a short rope and you put it on their collar, and then you have like the stick at their knees, so it's hanging in the air at their knees. And so if they start trying to run, that stick will get in the way and they'll trip and fall. They won't be able to run. Another thing you can do is just keep them on a rope or a chain. The trick there is that they should be with the sheep. Like the sheep should come up to them and spend time with them. But if they decide to chase them, that chain will give them a good yank at the end of the rope. And so they know that they can only protect a small area. They can't really chase the sheep. And the sheep know that they can get away. They don't have to run from the dogs. You know, they can just walk away and the dogs will leave them alone. So, yeah. There's some other ideas out there. I don't know how effective they are. I haven't tried them. Another thing too is when they get older, they mellow out a lot. Like this dog here, I think we got him in 21. So he's probably 4 years old now. He's really mellow. Unfortunately, since he doesn't know like the proper behavior around sheep, he can't really teach the other dogs that, but I'm not really counting on him to teach them. So you can see those dogs there, they're not even worrying about the sheep. They're just out smelling the smells, probably looking for stuff that's interesting. These 3 dogs are on the north side of the fence, protecting the north side of my property. You know, they like to follow me around the field a little bit, but they won't follow me home, which is important. You know, I did have to secure my property, make sure the dogs can't get out. That took some time to figure out, but eventually I got it. So, yeah. All right, guys, you have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.